Hey students, I got a great idea for today's lesson. We're gonna try to sneak past Zoe and go get her coin cup out of her room.
Hey Zoe. Hey.
You know kids, they're always on their phone texting, listening to music. They need to get off that and start cleaning their room. Oh, here it is. This is going to make for a great lesson. Let's go back out.
Try cleaning your room sometime. Okay.
Okay, today's lesson is on tenths and hundredths. So I've got several ideas for you to use to practice your tenths and hundredths. Okay, if you've got some change around the house, you can get it out and you can count it up. Let's see, Zoe has 25, 30, 35, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46. Okay, let's say I stopped at 46 cents. Okay, so let's get a new page going. Okay, if I have 46 cents, I want you to think back where we labeled the 4 is in the tenths and the 6 is in the hundredths. So I want you today to go back and do everything we've done all week with the whole numbers. I want you to do with your tenths and hundredths place. And you can even use your ones. So let's take a look at our place value cards. Try to keep those place value cards handy. I think when I'm finished, I'm going to write a book, 101 ways to use your place value cards. Okay, so you may want to use your rock. And then if you want to, you can go ahead and use your labels. And if you need to, you can take another piece of your cereal box and you may want to make your tenths and your hundredths. Okay? So practice laying those cards out. And I want you to make different combinations of numbers. So on a sheet of notebook paper, you may want to write 74 and 58 hundredths. And give it its label and value. Label and value. This way you can expand it very easily. So you would say 7 times the 10 plus 4 times the ones place plus 5 times the tenth plus 8 times the hundredth. And then I want you to also write it in word form. So you might want to say 74 and, remember and means your decimal point, 58 hundredths. So you might want to practice 2 of those. And then I want you to get your sticks back out or get some pencils. And I want you to make, you could even use your penny for your decimal point. I want you to make some comparisons. So you might have 58 hundredths and 2 tenths. Well, of course we know 58 hundredths is greater than, remember that it's like 20 cents. So hopefully if you have a 0, you can pop that on. I really want you to focus practicing on your 0 in the tenths place sometimes too. So 8 hundredths is less than 2 tenths. Okay, not only do I want you to make comparison sentences, but I want you to list them in order from least to greatest And then you can reverse later on and do greatest to least. So you might put 8 hundredths, 2 tenths, 45 hundredths, 59 hundredths. You may change it up and do 3 whole. And then you could shuffle those up and then reverse and do greatest to least. I want you to work really hard on these tenths and hundredths because on Monday we are going to use the tenths and hundredths to add and subtract decimals. So remember today, I want you to use your decimals to write them in standard form, expanded form, and written form. And then I want you to lay them out and go from least to greatest, greatest to least, and make me a few comparison sentences. I hope you've enjoyed today's lesson. Oh, Mr. Hathcock, I still haven't mowed my yard.